Hey everyone, Ali here. And if you're new to this channel, I want you to subscribe to this channel and also join my free community. So today the topic is quite interesting. I basically asked Claude to tell me the most effective ways to get high ticket clients. So Claude actually come up with 80% accurate suggestions and methods that you can utilize today and get more clients without burning money on ads. You will be actually surprised to see that even to this day, those old-fashioned client acquisition methods are still working, right? And we always talk about AI evolution, and we always talk about, the new things are coming very fast in our way. But still, I believe that businesses are not having any kind of massive change, especially when it comes to getting clients, right? So let's see what Claude actually recommend you as a number one method to get more high ticket clients, or any clients in any industry without money. So no surprise, the number one is cold email. Even to this day, if you want clients for your business, and if you want high ticket clients, or if you want to get more clients, cold email is the number one option, which will not cost you that much. In fact, it will not cost you at all, right? If you know how to utilize Claude, because Claude is pretty good at collecting all the data from websites, emails, phone numbers, and from a relevant niche, and give it to you, right? So you can utilize that. So cold email is the number one method, according to Claude, that can give you more clients if you don't have the money, right? And if you ask my opinion, I will say the same. Still to this day, cold email is working for us. I'm running an agency business, and new clients are coming majority of the time from cold emails. And of course, it depends on industry that you're in, right? The category that you're in. If you're running an e-commerce store, of course, cold email is not going to work for you. You have to run ads, right? Visual ads, right? And without that, you cannot sell any product, right? You have to film the ad, and you have to, be in front of your target market, right? So in this case, Meta ads or Google ads are the ideal for you, right? I'm talking about YouTube ads, not the Google search ads. But if you are in a service-based business, then cold email is the only way to multiply your client. I know it is very hard to, talk to strangers and, pitch them and send them emails. Sometimes they're pissed off. Sometimes they just, don't reply. And it's not really a ideal situation where you think that you can get most outcome, right? But if you increase the volume of your emails, you can get better results. And Claude can actually do it for you, right? Right now, you have your lovely AI agents that can help you to do all things related to cold email, right? Those AI agents can create messages, create personalized messages, and reply on their own. So you don't even have to bother about it, right? So that is the number one method according to Claude. So in order to utilize that and get more clients, all you need to do is that you need to build a list of businesses that are in your niche, or that are your ideal customers, right? So all you have to do is to create personalized emails. You can utilize Claude for that. And then you have to send those emails in a sequence, right? And your message should be short and simple. And in the emails, you just have to tell them how you can solve their problems, right? How you can save their time, and how you're pretty good at solving a certain specific problem there that are actually a pain point for them, right? So that's how you can literally scale your business, and you can double your revenue as well. And Claude can actually do it for you, right? In a very, very effective way. I'm still using in my agency Claude majority of the time. Not all the time, but because sometimes the clients are high ticket. If a person is willing to pay you $10,000 or $50,000, you need to understand you cannot just always reply him with some AI agents or tools, right? Then it would be not ideal situation because human value personalization. So I will emphasize on personalization, especially if you're dealing with high ticket clients, right? Because they like when you address them with their name and you address their problem and you reply them personally, right? So this is what my recommendation is. If you really want to close high ticket clients, use AI to get their attention. And when you have that attention, then don't just rely on AI. Your own touch is very important as well. So you can also reply to them as well, right? So this is the method to get more clients. Now, if you want to get more clients using cold emails, or if you want to close more high ticket clients, right, that can pay you $5,000 or $10,000 for your service or for your course or for your info product and for your consultancy, my free group is ideal for you. All you have to do is to click the link, drop your email, and add any profile picture, and you will be in my private free community where I share a lot of information related to scaling business, right? You will know how to get the traffic, you will know how to create a very tempting offer, and you will know how to close a high ticket client with just one funnel, right? I always said that you're just one funnel away from your first $100,000, but you have to do everything correctly. So if you are someone looking to scale your business, or if you are completely newbie and wanted to craft an incredible and amazing offer and sell it without ads, this group is ideal for you, right? So do not procrastinate. Just click the link and drop your email and select any picture as a profile picture, and you will be in that premium free community group. Now, the second method that Claude told me is referrals, or in other words, word of mouth, right? So word of mouth marketing is still very popular and is still working very well. I own an agency business, and I know that majority of the clients still coming from word of mouth, right? We audit everything, we track everything, we run ads, but still the majority of the clients, especially after cold email, are coming from referrals, right? If you have a satisfied client, you can ask him to create a video about it, or you can ask him to be an affiliate. So in this way, you will be able to get to his circle, right? And then you can multiply that as well, right? For example, you have a client, he is satisfied, and you produced good results for him. You can just request him to film a video as a testimonial, and you can also request him, present your offer in front of his circle, right? Right. So still word of mouth is amazing. So that's why I always focus on giving clients the best experience of their life, right? Of course, it sounds very filmy, but if you have that vision in your mind that you are here to facilitate your client and you are here to give him the best experience, you are not going to go broke, and your business will stay in this world for more than 100 years if you want. So if you want more clients, if you want to close more high ticket clients, referrals, word of mouth marketing is the best. Okay, so this one is very popular, especially in the modern era, right? A lot of businesses are paying influencers to create content, and a lot of agencies are paying a lot of money to content agencies to create content for them, right? So content marketing is a cutting edge way to get more inbound leads, right? So how you can get more clients without spending any money on ads. You can just create content, right? Content related to your product or service that explain how you can solve a problem for your ideal market and how fast you can do it, right? Plus, if you have testimonials, you can upload testimonials as well. And these platforms like YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, or X, right? These platforms are basically free platforms, right? They will not charge you even a single dollar to upload content, right? So you can, by the way, they also crave for content, right? No matter what type of content you have, these platforms are always, looking for content, the better content, especially industry related content. YouTube have a lot of educational videos, a lot of business knowledge, but that knowledge is base level knowledge, right? Very few people are actually discussing the main points, right? Majority of them are just pure fluff, right? Nothing, just base level of knowledge, right? So if you really want to be outlier on those platforms, just bring the best knowledge that you have related to your product and service and upload it, right? And people will respect you. You will have more authority, credibility, and of course, you will get more inbound leads and you will get more clients, right? So content market is very popular, still on the third number, but very popular way to get more clients, right? And a lot of influencers, a lot of entrepreneurs are using it. And I know they are using it from last 10 years, but it has been more effective now. But if you see the results in the modern age, when there is basically modern age is AI age, right? There is no doubt about it. But if you see the results coming from influencer market and results coming from personal brands and results coming from content related to business on YouTube, it is way much better and higher in numbers compared to 10 years ago, right? Of course, 10 years ago, content marketing was on the peak as well, but it was not as effective as it is today, right? So the companies back in the day, I'm talking about 2014 or 15, they were not really super interested in posting on YouTube, on social media. They basically hire content writers to to write blog posts on their WordPress site, right? To educate people about the product, because SEO used to be big thing. Right now, of course, a lot of SEO specialists will hate me to say that, but SEO is right now is dead. I can literally use Claude and build around 1,000 websites in single day, right? So you can imagine how easy it is now. But back in the day, I remember, because I also have a very strong SEO background. Like I said before, I'm a hardcore marketer. And I remember those days when we have to write a post about a certain topic, and it took us 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And now it is so easy. You can just, with one click and one prompt, everything looks 5,000, 6,000 words, come up like in seconds, right? So, of course, not as valuable as human written article, but still, it is amazing to see, the technology, how it evolves. And, 10 years ago, we were just writing SEO blogs, and right now it's so easy, right? So content market is the third most important thing that you can do to get more clients for free. So other thing that you can do, according to Claude, to get more clients for free is creating your own community, right? You need to have your own tribe. And if you see the most successful businesses, especially the solo businesses or even the lean startups, they have their own communities, right? They have their own user base. They have their own tribe. They they host them on different platforms. So having a community is very important. In fact, it is a plus point for every business, right? Especially when it comes to I use the term lean entrepreneur. You know, the lean entrepreneur are people with the small setup, or let's say the laptop, or but they don't have much backing, right? In simple words, but how they really grow to 100 grand or 200 grand, because they grow the audience, right? And of course, it is very important to create your own community, because having your own community is a plus, right? Because first of all, you will have your own client acquisition system. You're not going to rely on any algorithm, and you're also not worried about getting banned from any platform, right? So creating your community is important, especially if you are a solopreneur, or if you are running your business all by yourself, and you are a lean startup, or you want more customers, but also you want to secure those customers, right, from the competition and the market, then creating your own community is important, right? In order to get clients, you can create your own community. It could be a school group like I have, it could be a Facebook group, it could be a Slack group. So I can give you a simple example of that. Let's say that you are good at Facebook ads, right? So you can create your community on Facebook with the name of Facebook Ad Master, Facebook King, Facebook uh, Prince, or anything like that, right? So people will follow you. And of course, why people will follow you? Because your content is related to Facebook ads, and the people that are spending money on ads are looking for that type of content, looking for the hacks, looking for the free value that they can utilize to use Facebook ads more efficiently, right? So I know, so this is what you can do, right? And me personally, I will not really recommend you to create Facebook group. I will recommend you to create school group. Why? Because it is private. You have more control. You can send them messages, and these are all big platforms like Facebook, Reddit. There's always a fear of getting banned, right? So school is different from that. Of course, it's not a new platform, but right now it's just more popular. So I am on school, so why not you, right? You can join my school group, and you can also create your own as well. So creating your community is the ideal way to get client. So if you don't have the money to burn on ads, then why not to utilize time to grow your audience that can become potential customers. So according to Claude, the other most effective way to get a client is podcast mining, right? You either act as a podcaster, or you become a guest to a famous podcaster, and where you can discuss your business, explain your business, and it's kind of like you can use it as a promotional tool for your product or service, right? And people will definitely respect you and consider you a specialist, right? If your info is correct, and if you're spitting facts, right? And if you have the personality, and you're good at communication, plus a lot of entrepreneurs right now are actually using that as well to get more clients. They either become podcasters, they host podcast, and they bring the specialist people within their niche. They discuss about uh, things that are related to that niche, right? So that attract a lot of relevant people to your business, right? So I think this is the most simplest way to get more clients. Uh, And, I'm not totally 100% agreed on this because, when you are invited by a famous podcaster, of course, that your credibility increase, your authority increase, people start to know you, people starts to respect you. But the conversion event, right, buying event is not that simple, right, especially when you're selling a high ticket service, right? So you need to have them on call, right? But yes, if for Claude, of course, Claude can be wrong in this situation because what I believe that podcasts are good for discovery, right? That it is kind of like, it works like a paid promotion, right? So if you don't have money, of course, that you cannot even afford that because I know that there are a lot of famous podcasters, they will happily invite you if you pay them, right? So when you don't have money, who will actually invite you, right? So you can either become a podcaster and interview successful people by emailing them and having them with you share one screen. And that's how you can be respected in front of people and people will consider you seriously. And of course, it could be a way to collect more leads, not get more, but not sales, right? Sales is a process. It's not that simple. I can be on podcast with Alex or Mosig. Of course, that my followers can increase. Of course, my authority and credibility will increase. But it doesn't mean the next day I will launch a product and it will do millions of dollars, right? It doesn't work like that. But still, I'm not really judging Claude intelligence. Of course, it's a machine, but I'm only 70 to 60% agree on it. Now, the other way to get more clients is copying your competition, right? Every business has competition. So you can literally copy them, right? You can actually see how they're running ads and where they are running ads and which market they are choosing, which country they are choosing, right? So there are a lot of tools that can spy ads, and it's not difficult to see your competitor ad on Facebook as well, right? So you can also see the people engaging with them and see the comments, right? That they're having. You can actually direct DM them as well, right, to promote your own product or service. But I'm not saying that you can just go and steal your competitions. You can just go out and steal customers from your competition. So majority of the time, even getting more client is basically depend on your sales effort, that how hard you are going after your customers, right? So you can use your competition as a learning tool. You can see their testimonials, their case studies, and you can learn from them, right? And you can copy the same things and improvise and add your own angle and promote your own product or service in front of your ideal market and get more clients, right? So it is actually the last recommendation that Claude gave me to get more clients, right? And honestly, I don't think that it is most effective. Of course, that you can learn from your competition, but you cannot really steal their data, right? It is very difficult, right? Of course, it's also an unethical as well. So I personally recommend that if you really want more clients without spending money on ads, just focus on one thing, and that is cold traffic and cold emails, right? And of course content, right? And engage with the people as much as you can, understand them, understand their problems, and then if you are really think that you can solve their problem, then pitch your offer to them, right? And that's the right way to get more clients. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in another video. And before you go, I want you to join my free school community. Link is in the description. You just have to click the link, drop your email, and use any picture as a profile picture and create account, and you will have the access to my free community. Or in simple words, I can tell you, if you're really interested in scaling your business with the proven systems, this community is ideal for you, right? So go and join, and I'll see you in the next video.